It's time to rise from the ashes.
Hey, welcome everyone, it's Nando, and today's a bit of a hybrid of a channel update and kind of just a, I don't want to say walkthrough, mini playthrough on how Phoenix Point is going as I show you the giant map that is Phoenix Point as kind of a lead-in into this. I've currently got multiple things going on in my personal life, including 7-day-a-week work schedules and various different D&D campaigns that I'm running all at the same time. So I thought I'd kind of just simplify it here and say that here's some Phoenix Point. And if you've kind of been waiting for content, I'm just going to shoot some out at you. And I'm also showcasing some of the mechanics of Phoenix Point that didn't occur to me when I first played, which is that you can actually not do those missions. I did not know that the first time, and I think I got 3 of my guys killed when I tried to do that New Jericho mission that you just saw up on screen. And I'm also showcasing that you can aero scan and scan other places at the same time. And it's actually important for you to do that just so that you can kind of find the locations of different havens and Phoenix Point bases. There's the research going off for the mist so that I can track where it is, and I am unlucky that it's next to my base. Now, a thing that I haven't seen covered quite yet that I will kind of get into right now is that apparently if the mist covers your base, there's a chance that they can attack your base, and if no one's there, you basically lose that base. It gets destroyed, which I didn't know when I first played it, and I figured that would be cool to kind of spread out to the world. Anyone trying to play this game, this is some veteran gameplay if you're wondering what the difficulty is, because I've not really played XCOM. I've played XCOM games for a total of like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm really new at them, and I'm still trying to get my strategy down for this one, although it seems like from what I played of XCOM 2 and this, the positioning is about around somewhat the same, a bit different because you get to do multiple things, which I quite like over XCOM. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm still trying to make a assortment of discoveries while keeping my saves updated, because that just seems like a good way for me to stay out of trouble. And I find another Synedrian base, which they tend to have really interesting beginning level troops. It just gets really difficult to kit out those beginning level troops, and I'm trying to pick up another guy as soon as I can, because if you have soldiers in the quay, it just becomes way easier if you happen to lose a guy on one of your ops. And my research completed for New Jericho, which just gave me, I think, either free tech or free materials, which I still don't have enough to recruit him. So we're going to try and do the Synedrian mission to see if we can get some reward from that, which is a group of thieves. And as you'll get to see, I thought this was going to be easy because I knew before I got into this that they were all going to have pistols. And I then quaintly forgot, or very quickly forgot, that even though they have pistols, if they don't move, they get about, I think, 3 to 4 turns, 4 shots a turn, just with the pistol, because a pistol takes 1 AP. And if you leave your guy out in the open and he's within range, there's a high likelihood that he might nearly die. So, yeah, you kind of get to see me spectacularly fail at this, which is why I'm happy this is on veteran, because I think if this is on hardcore, I'd lose 2 guys off the bat. But this particular mission is fairly doable. Here I'm just checking back to see what perks everyone has so that I'm just familiar with what I want to spec them into, because it's highly likely a few guys are going to level up from this. So yeah, this mission is probably one of the easier ones. I think the next easiest one is the one that involves Anu with the worms, because worms are very, very easy to kill. You just kind of have to get your positioning right and your overwatch is right, and it's really not that hard. When they explode, it gets really difficult because they can cripple your guys. Here, we're just at the starting area for this mission. It's generally the same layout. They do change the buildings around sometimes. Like in this one, I get a 3-story on the left, which I've never gotten before. Usually you get something on the right where you can climb up, and my marksman spotted our first enemy over here. And I don't have really too much Overwatch with the sniper rifle because I'm level 1, so I don't get the reduction. So I'm going to try and Overwatch with this pistol at the range I remember it being somewhat effective at for the sniper. Everyone else kind of just sucks with it. I'm going to try and jump my guy over here closer to this building because I can see that there's a willpower point over there, which means I can kind of spam the crap out of abilities. Now, the dumb thing that I didn't realize once there's a willpower point over here, I'm also trying to get him further up in positioning, is that I'm at level 1, so the only person that has usable willpower points for the most part is that heavy gunner that I just put over there. He's like the only one that uses traits, mainly because you don't get them until like level 2 or 3 for your guys. So I'm just trying to slowly creep everybody up as fast as I can, just so that I don't get outranged, because the rifles don't have the greatest range and the cannon has no range, so the only person who can effectively shoot people is the marksman from this range, even with a pistol, which is quite sad. So I'm just trying to run everybody up and figure out where there's cover from the front, because I'm assuming they're all amassing in that same region, because usually enemies clump together in 2s or 3s around the same point, and then they kind of fan out, or they start at 2 different points and then converge, which is interesting. So he's going to run over and he's gonna go for the high ground. He spotted us, so he's alerted. Then we get this guy behind him, and then the third guy. I expect at least 4 on this run, so I'm thinking I'm missing a guy at this point, and I was just double checking to see what their capabilities were. And they're sniper training, so they're actually pretty good with snipers, and I think visibility from me, like, it's harder for me to spot them out in the distance because of their stealth specialization. And I think all of them have the same specialization. When I go and check, it seems like they do, and they all have the same armor. And then I realized that the Hypostasis 1 is a pretty good laser pistol, because I did have it on one of my playthroughs, and it was actually pretty awesome. I never got to use the railgun pistol so far, and I don't think I've made it halfway through the game even yet. It says I have a shot there, but clearly I don't, so I try to move over with my marksman, or I consider it, and I'm just trying to see if I can get angles with any of these guys. I don't quite remember what I did here. I think I jumped on the roof at one point. Yeah, so I go for the rooftop to see if I can get that willpower marker, because I kind of drilled that in as a habit from the previous saves that I had trying to experiment with the game, just to go for the willpower stuff. I was considering going on that rooftop to fire, but then I thought about it, and I thought that the cannon at level 1 with the assault, well, not the assault, with the heavy, has like no range at all. Like, he just overall sucks at using it, so much so that it's just embarrassing to use it at anything but like pistol range. So even at pistol range sometimes he misses, so I just try to get him up higher to get him closer to this willpower section. Naive Nando trying to pull some willpower strat here when nobody can use willpower. And now I'm going to try and see if I can start slowly moving these guys up. I don't really have the dash ability, so I can't cheese distances with my assault guys, but I'm trying to get them in places into which they can be useful but not get shot at. So I try to move him up here to give him some solid cover so he can be within range for the next attack. And I think I run one of my marksmen around the back from this direction, thinking it's going to not get him murdered. Well, not the marksman, but the assault. I'm not sure. Do I go for the shot? I do go for the shot, just to see what I can see, and then I realize I don't really have a shot from this angle. It says I can see him, but I don't have an actual shot on him. So I go for this guy behind the glass, thinking I can shoot through it, and I get no dice. So now he's just open to open, but since he's out of range, they have to work to shoot him. I'm then going to move up with this guy, and I'm going to put an overwatch so that none of them try to move or they think about moving. One of them. So that guy is going to run around the left to try and meet this one, and he doesn't quite have enough action points to get a great shot. This one's going to do a bit of the same, and he's going to make it a 2v1. The overrock procs for the third one, who's going for the roof, and he instead advances to shoot for this guy. So, being the assault in this range, I just think it's an awesome idea to shoot the crap out of this guy, and I'm just trying to see which is the best place to hit. And I think here I decide it's the torso, and then I just go in for the kill, and that's gonna reduce their will points. And then I'm just trying to get this sniper moved up to a position in which they are useful. So I kind of scan the area, chart the area, see what positioning is great. And then I believe I also move my heavy up to see if he can grab this will point, this will square. Square of will. The square of infinite will. And then I realize it's only useful for him because nobody can use will points yet. So then I feel like an idiot because I've basically wasted 2 turns instead of just 1. And I just run on over with this pistol, and I put an overwatch on one side just so they can't run if I try to maneuver on them with the other troop. So I'm stuck with this guy, and he has a great shot right here from my perspective, and I'm thinking some of these are going to go through the window and hit this guy, which I am indeed correct. But then I realized I can't quite kill him here, and that wasn't the best. That wasn't the best idea. So I'm now trying to figure out how to pull heat off of him because he's the prime target for a shot at this range. So I'm just trying to give them more things to shoot at, or trying to open up an opportunity to use this unit back here. And I'm kind of flustered. I'm thinking, what in the world have I just gotten this guy into? Because I thought he was going to pick up a kill and then go for pressure the guy to move off the point. So I decide to move this guy here and overwatch that entire corner. And I hope that everything goes well at this point. This guy's maneuvering from the rooftops, so I can't really catch up to him. And now they're just going to have a field day shooting at this one troop who's out in the open. They don't even have to move. He can just continuously fire from that position, I think 4 times. So he's done 60 damage. I'm counting the second shot. Third shot, he's done 90 damage, disabled the head, lost all the will points. He's bleeding. I'm going to have to use a medikit on this kid. And then he's going to take a shot at him. He takes a shot at the other guy and misses. And so I am, at this point, thankful that they didn't go for, I'm at this point thankful that they didn't go for a kill, so I'm thinking maybe I should give them more to shoot at so I don't lose this unit here. So I think I'm just going to jump back behind them and hold action, I believe, because you can't, it uses up 3 will points to jump off, and that's how many you need to use the cannon. So I basically just kind of hold him there. I think I maneuver the other guy to make a shot from range after I heal him. But I'm not quite sure if I do that or if I just retreat him completely. Let's find out. So he has a clear shot to murder this man's. So I figure maybe I should take it, maybe I should fall back. I'm not quite 100% sure. This is the first time I've rewatched this footage in like 2 days. So It's been a while, but I managed to take the shot and kill him. He goes down. I think then I kind of try and maneuver the sniper indoors to see if he can make a shot through the window. I think that's how I go about it. Just so that the other guy can't shoot me in the back. He's going to have to work through that window to try and hit me. And because I can clearly see him here in free aim, I just go for his head. And it completely whiffs. And now I don't have action points to do anything. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, might as well move out in the open. And for this one, I decide to try and see if I have a shot anywhere. And then I kind of realize that I really don't have much of a shot or a line of sight on this guy. So I'm still kind of contemplating on what to do. I'm thinking here may be the best move if he can't see me from there. That might be the best thing to attempt because of everything going on. So I switch to my other guy to see if he has a solid shot on him. It says that he does. I'm thinking I might risk hitting my guy right in front of him, but I'm going to try and go for it anyway. This seems like the best position, and surely enough, he's got a really good position right here. So I think I just go for this shot, or I just overwatch him again just so that he doesn't really want to move. But these decisions are like snap decisions half the time. I'm just like, should I go for it? Screw it. And then I realized that I opened up an avenue right here, and I figured overwatching that would be the best idea. And then we go back to the turn order. This guy jumps down like an idiot and goes for this one. He just sacrifices his position to shoot this guy and uses all of his action points to do it. This guy runs into the overwatch. I'm not sure what's going on with that. He's going to go for that guy too and misses. And then that just allows me to have a field day. So I take this heavy and I immediately just whack this guy. Like, I just take a shot, see if I can get the collateral. And I take the shot, he's dead. Almost gets the collateral hitting him in the face, but it misses by inches. And I then move the marksman out in the open. Figured might as well shoot him in the face. He has no perception now. This guy, I think I just send him out to get stuff. Just because I'll have an action point left, since I don't have any abilities, it'll be to pick up one thing, and he just has a magazine, which at the worst I can just deconstruct it. It doesn't hurt me that much. And then this guy is in a prime position to just shoot him again. Still don't understand the rationale behind that decision, but I shoot him, it's game over, and we're done with the mission. So, as always, I'd like to thank everybody who still happens to be watching me, because I've been gone for a very, very long time in YouTube years. And, yeah, continue to stay. I love having you guys, having some dialogue. That's something that I don't always find. But we end up getting an offer from Synedrion in the final parts, and I think we don't ask them for... I think we end up asking them for payment because we're broke and we need another unit. But I'm just going to leave you with the rest of this audio, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Democratic society without hierarchies involves a lot of arguing. The terraformers want one thing, the polyphonic tendency another. Zara clashes with Nikolai. Stas tries to keep everyone calm. Every haven has a totally different set of priorities. And then something like this happens. I'm being honest about our flaws, because I think, crazily enough, the whole thing works. We've built something remarkable, given everything we've been through, and the Phoenix Project could help us really make a difference on this wretched planet. Think about it, please. We have a lot in common, and here's your payment. We believe in people being rewarded for their labor. Then you have our gratitude.
Synedrian probably seems strange to you. Trying to build a better world, a world radically different from the one most of us grew up in. Well, I'm sure it sounds very utopian. But why do we so easily accept the world getting worse and can never imagine it getting better? I'm glad our values are aligned, at least in this matter. Please keep thinking about what kind of world you want to live in. Maybe we can build it together.